Welcome to the Legalpreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Sager, founder and CEO of Legalpreneur Inc. As a serial entrepreneur and someone that works exclusively with small business owners legally protecting their business, I'm dedicated to covering common legal issues faced by business owners, providing you with the business knowledge you need to catapult your business's growth and showing you just how some of the world's most elite entrepreneurs have handled these legal and business issues themselves. In true attorney fashion, the information in this episode is not legal advice. This is for informational purposes only, and you should always consult with your attorney before implementing any of the information in the show. Hey there, welcome back to another episode of the Legalpreneur Podcast. I am really excited about today's episode because I am going to share with you the number one way that I raise my energy. I have been really deep into this spiritual self-help journey, and I am learning more about raising my vibration, raising my energy, even on the days where I just feel so depleted. So I'm going to share that with you, the number one way I raise my energy. But before we get into it, don't forget about Dream Bigger. You guys, if you want this flash sale, it's crazy 70% off ticket price. And let me tell you, it's more than 70% off because there's a special surprise that we got coming for you. Text me to get on the wait list, 832-225-3164. Text me the word event, and you'll be on the wait list to get exclusive access to our VIP tickets, over 70% off. And I wish I could share it with you now, but I'll share it all with you in due time. But just know, seriously, you're not going to want to miss this. So text me the word event to 832-225-3164. Okay, raising your energy, and specifically how I raise my energy. I have been really diving deep on how to raise my energy because there's times when I need to get more work done and I just feel so depleted. I feel unmotivated. And I have figured out for me the quickest way for me to raise my energy. And this is different for everyone. What works for me may not work for you. And the key is to finding what works for you. Now, as a high performer, I like to call myself a high performer because I do a lot of shit. It's imperative that you not always have this super high energy because that's impossible for everybody to always be at 100% all the time. I just don't think that's possible. But when you need to get things done, you need to make sure that you're not like drudging through it. Like there are times where you have to get through things, but I don't want to always be fighting to get through. I just want to effortlessly and really just effortlessly get through and do things without feeling like I'm working so hard to accomplish something. And that's what I feel I'm having to do when my energy is low. So when I feel like my energy is low, I'm unmotivated, the number one thing that I have learned works for me is going for a walk. I have realized that being out in nature, being in the sun, that is what raises my vibration. And that is what works for me. So living in Houston, and lately it's been super hot. Like we're in the thick of summer, not even in the thick of summer. Like we're at the beginning of summer here in Houston, and we're already in triple digits. Not daily, but we've seen some triple digit days, but always in the 90s right now. And so it gets really hot. But either way, like I just love being outside. Anytime even if it's 90s, if I go eat somewhere, like I want to sit outside. Just being outside for me is what raises my vibration and gives me more energy. But specifically now going for walks, I love going for walks. I try to go on a walk 3 or 4 times a week. When I was living in my old house in the Heights in Houston, I would go in the morning for an hour-long walk. And I always remember watching people on Instagram stories talking about how they would go for an hour or 2-hour-long walk. I'm like, how do people have time for that? Like, there's no way. Specifically, Chris and Lori Harder, they go every morning on a walk with their dog, and they go for like at least an hour. And I used to always just wonder, like, how do they get that done? How do they have time for that? Or how is that even helpful? Whatever. I get it. Like, I absolutely get it now. And for them, I love their marriage. Like, they're beautiful people, and their marriage is beautiful. And so them doing it together, it's beautiful to see. But for me now, just going on that walk alone, that's when I listen to ebooks, I listen to podcasts. Sometimes I'm just like, look, I just want to listen to music. And sometimes, honestly, I don't listen to anything. I just listen to my thoughts. I talk to myself in my head. I'm like, okay, just have this motivational talk with myself or do whatever. And honestly, I don't go and I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk for an hour. I go, if I'm going for my walk because my energy is low, I go until I feel better. I go until I'm motivated. I go until I'm like, hell yes, we are getting this done. Hell yes, like we're ready to go. And I don't think there's ever been a time where I finish my walk and I don't feel better. And it doesn't matter for me how long it takes. Sometimes it takes 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. I just, number one, love walking now and being out in nature. But number two, I just love how it does raise my vibration. And even just being in my own peace and my own thoughts, for me, it's powerful because I'm not always able to do that. I have 2 kids. Now I live with my parents. And it's really just, now going on my walks like that sometimes is my only alone time. So walking is what does it for me. But it may be something different for you. It may be journaling. It may be dancing. Oh, I will say dancing sometimes. I love having my little solo dance parties. Those are amazing. But seriously, right now, just walking is number one. But it's different for everybody. There are a million different things you can do. Just do something that brings you joy and something that can help you feel better. And it's not like that I feel sick or anything, but it's just like if my energy's low and I'm not motivated to get things done, I know I need to do something to feel motivated. So lately, walking has been doing it for me. I just encourage you to find for you what's going to raise your energy, because at the end of the day, we're all energy, and that's what is going to magnetize everything to us. So let me know. Shout me out on Instagram. What is your number one way to raise your energy? I seriously, shout me out, because I want to hear from everybody. What do you do? What do you do to raise your energy, or what do you do to make you feel better? I love hearing these things from people because it just opens up my eyes, and I know somebody else, if you have a way that works for you, it could help somebody else, and they may have never ever thought about it. So shout me out on Instagram, share it with me. I want to share it with my audience. That way everybody else listening and watching can try some other ways that can help them raise their energy. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to go get on the wait list for Dream Bigger. Text the word event to 832-225-3164. And I'll see you guys next time. Here at Legalpreneur, we're committed to providing a supportive legal community for all business owners. I know how scary the legal stuff can be. If you found this information helpful, I would be so grateful if you could share it with a fellow business owner. And quite frankly, it doesn't cost anything to rate, review, or subscribe to the show. Your support helps me reach more listeners, which allows me to support more business owners in their entrepreneurial journey. Have any questions or comments about the show? Feel free to drop me a line on Instagram. I promise I read all of the messages and comments. And if you want to be a guest on the show or know someone that would make a great guest, simply fill out our application form and a team member will reach out if we think it's a good fit. I'll see you in the next episode.